KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service,
I think our mouse is... Oh, Matthew, I think our mouse is messed up again.
Yeah, I think so too.
We only got one. Hang on, let me see if I can fix it. Will you let me have that mouse for a second?
You have to drag the Chrome tab over to the other screen.
No, that's not if they have... yeah, you have two mice. Just hit hide on that.
Oh, hide, okay.
Yeah, if you hit exit or close it.
Oh, that's what I hit the X because it was up. Oh, all right. We're good now. You can have your mouse back.
Yeah, I can't find my arrow on the screen here.
It's right... Oh, no, it's on my screen now, so go over to your right.
Did you
There, you see
There
it?
you go,
You
now
see
I
it
got
now?
it.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want me to make it bigger again for you?
Oh,
real
could you?
quick? Yeah. Let me see your mouse for just a
Yeah.
second.
Oh, here's yours. Here's mine.
No, I needed this one. No, I configure blue. I want to configure red. Why are you not letting me change?
If it changes both of them, it's not.
Yeah, I
It-
think that might be it. Well, move your mouse around some.
Yeah,
There it is. Yep, go to the
Go
right.
to the right. Keep going. You're almost there. There you go.
There.
All right.
Yeah, if you ever miss it, it's probably on my screen.
Okay.
All right.
You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
Ready.
Okay, go whenever.
Thank you for tuning in to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. My name is Kelly, and I'm here with Meredith. We invite you to listen to our broadcasts both live and on demand. Our live sessions are available on the Blind Community Thrift Store YouTube channel Monday to Friday between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. each week. Additionally, you can access on-demand content through the Audio Reader Network, which offers a wide range of audio materials for the visually impaired community. To explore content from the Audio Reader Network, please visit www.reader.ku.edu. The site provides details about accessing content via Amazon Alexa, Audio Reader Network mobile app, and information on receiving a radio to listen to the broadcast by KSMU Radio. All broadcasts are played over KSMU's subcarrier airwaves at 67 kilohertz on 91.1 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Contact Audio Reader Network for information on receiving a pre-programmed radio.
Missouri State celebrates Chinese New Year with cultural performances. This is written by Jamie Reeser from the Springfield News-Leader. Missouri State University's Chinese New Year celebration begins February 12th, inviting campus and community members to join the festivities. The celebration, which is free and open to the public, begins February 12th and will continue through February 13th on the 4th floor of Pummel Hall, according to community announcement. Chinese New Year, also known as the Spring Festival or Lunar New Year, is celebrated across China and other Asian cultures. It follows the lunar calendar and marks the transition from winter to spring. This year's celebration marks the New Year of the Horse. The official Chinese New Year starts February 17th and lasts 15 days, ending with the Lantern Festival. The event is an opportunity for students to celebrate their cultural heritage and share traditions with the broader campus community. Yi Wu, marketing and recruitment specialist in global education and engagement, said in the announcement. Festivities feature cultural performances and activities. The celebration includes a variety of performances and hands-on activities. On February 12th, the event features a showcase of Chinese culture, a dragon and lion dance performance, traditional Chinese instruments performances, and a dumpling workshop. Other activities include a Tai Chi demonstration, chorus performances, and traditional Chinese dance. The celebration will continue February 13th with open cultural activities from 9 a.m. to 3. This included traditional Chinese painting exhibition, rhythmic storytelling known as Kuaiban, a mahjong experience, and another showcase of Chinese culture. The events are open to the public and will be on the 4th floor of Pummel Hall. The event offers students an opportunity to celebrate the holiday with their campus community, especially those who are unable to return home to celebrate with their families. Cultural exchange at the heart of the event. The celebration is more than just a series of fun activities. It is a chance to connect cultures and foster understanding on campus and beyond, Wu said in the announcement. The story is created by Janice Reeser with the assistance of artificial intelligence, AI. Journalists were involved in every step of the information gathering, review, editing, and publishing process. Learn more at http://cmusatoday.com/ethical conduct.
Now in sports from Missouri State. This is from the Springfield Daily Citizen, published 2 hours ago by Ryan Collingwood. Another setback, how Missouri State fell in double overtime to Louisiana Tech. Your mouse is over here. There you go. No, you got it. Yeah. Another setback, how Missouri State fell in double overtime to Louisiana Tech. Bears have dropped 3 of the past 4 Conference USA games. It was 10:15 p.m. when a visibly gassed Louisiana Tech players heard the relieving sound of a game-ending buzzer on Thursday night at Great Southern Bank Arena. The Bulldogs held on for a 79-78 win in double overtime of the Conference USA tilt when Missouri State senior Keith Palek's step-away three-pointer clanked off the backboard and into the hands of his teammate Trey Williams, whose desperation turned-around jumper also missed the rim before the clock hit 0. MSU, they're 13-11 or 7-6 in the conference. Losers of 3 of its past 4, had a previous walk-off opportunity in the closing seconds of the first overtime, but couldn't manufacture a clean enough look. Antoine Burnett's deep jumper was off the mark. I thought the opportunities were there, Missouri State head coach Quanzo Martin said, but you have to finish and make shots. The Bears, who fell 1-4 in CUSA games, decided by 5 or fewer points, 0-2 in overtime, appeared to be held back by many of the same offensive maladies. Ranked number 285 in the country from beyond the arc this season with a 31.7% showing, MSU continued to shoot, connecting on a mere 8 of 31 attempts. At number 337 in team free throwing percentage, 67.1%, the Bears went 9 for 16 from the stripe in the second half. Missouri State's bench got outscored 36-8. It ranks number 327 in bench scoring, or 14.9 points per game. Yet, Missouri State, days removed from taking CUSA leading Liberty, who are 21-3 and 13-0 in the conference, to the brink in Virginia, was still in a position to win because of its offensive rebounding. They got 20. Missouri State led Louisiana Tech 67-62 with 3 minutes left in regulation before a drought that included 2 turnovers, a 1-for-4 mark from the line, and a pair of missed jumpers. Louisiana Tech guard A.J. Bates would a baseline floater just before time expired to knot the contest at 68 and send the game to an extra session. The Bears had ample opportunities, including an early 12-point lead, but left the court feeling as though they'd let one get away. We know we're one of the best teams in the conference, said Michael Osibonsu, who had 22 points and 13 rebounds, 5 blocks, and 4 steals, but we have to close out and make free throws. Kobe Williams had 24 points, was mostly responsible for MSU's lofty 3-point total, hitting 6 of 15 attempts. Palek added 18 points. The game featured 20 total blocks, including a big one by MSU's Darian Sutton in the final seconds that put MSU in a position to have a potential game-winning shot. Missouri State has 7 remaining regular season games and is jockeying for a high seed. If a few of our players keep giving that extra effort on the defensive side of the ball, doing consistent tough stuff, Martin said, be consistent, play with a level of edge, and be consistent with the scouting report. It has nothing to do with your shots, falling or not, we'll be fine. Missouri State plays host to Delaware, who are 8-16. At 2 p.m. on Saturday, the Bears won the previous matchup 61-43 on the road last month. Ryan Collingwood covers college and high school sports in the Springfield metropolitan area for the Daily Citizen. If you have a story idea or a gripe, send an email to rcollingwood@sgfcitizen.org or call 417-837-3660.
Springfield leaders want Convention Center to be a community hub. This is written by Marta Measy from the Springfield News-Leader. The early steps of designing a new convention center for Springfield are continuing. The city hosted its second visioning workshop Wednesday, February 11th, to gather feedback about what Springfieldians want to see in the space, booth, visually, and in the types of programming. The city has engaged Populous, a Kansas City-based global architecture firm best known for its work on the Las Vegas Sphere, to complete the pre-design work. Colleen Cassidy, associate principal at Populous, is the design manager for this project. She led a presentation at the February 11th event emphasizing the importance of community engagement early on and that the project would be funded by visitors. The pre-design work and additional public engagement come just ahead of the April 7th election, when the city will ask voters whether to increase the lodging tax paid for by those booking hotel rooms and short-term rentals in Springfield by 3% to fund the new conventions and event center. The increase would have a 35-year sunset. The same measure failed in November, albeit without the sunset provision. Since then, the city conducted an online survey that indicated more information and education on the project could lead to stronger support. Since the summer, Springfield has been focused on pursuing it with a $175 million convention and event center downtown that would expand these sellable space for such events to 125,000 square feet. Much of the urgency surrounding the project has centered on a possible $30 million coming from the state. Governor Mike Kehoe placed the amount among the restricted list, meaning it is solely at his discretion if and when to release these funds. If the funding is released, the city would have until the end of July to spend it, along with a $30 million local mat, forward SGF sales tax revenue. The state is looking to budget cuts amid declining revenues, and a shrinking funding will be released. City leaders have said they have not seen or heard any indication that the funds are at risk. With revised projections since November about the announcement of revenue the budgeting tax would generate, city leaders anticipate the proposed tax increase would provide $145 million alongside the $30 million in sales tax funds for the construction of the convention center, leaving the state's $30 million for possible property acquisition. Since the consultant's report indicated the convention center would operate as a defect, the city is anticipating using existing lodging of debts for Jordan Valley projects in 2028 to go toward operations and maintenance costs, safeguarding any other city funds from being used. Cassidy highlighted that naming rights also are a common practice that can bring additional funding to convention center projects. Besides the public visionary workshops already in the books, community engagement has included separate meetings with major community stakeholders, including Missouri State University, Community Partnership of the Ozarks, Seminole Holland Neighborhood Association, and others. Cassidy emphasized the need to understanding Springfield's unique identity and its needs for different sectors like sports and education. Throughout the presentation, she emphasized that the goal of the project is for the building to be a true community hub, not just a venue for tourism, forward events that looks into the needs of the future. She noted the space could host events like graduations, job fairs, and concerts. Messaging in support of the new convention center has centered on the idea that Springfield is losing out in more than $1 million in economic impact and visitor spending due to inadequate space. However, skepticism remains about some of these projections, which includes projections extending 30 years due to the highly competitive nature of the convention industry. At a recent town hall meeting with Councilman Craig Hosmer and Abe McGull, attendees questioned the convention center's locations, shared concerns about crime that could undermine success, and expressed disapproval that the city would spend money on the project rather than other needs. City Manager David Cameron has previously said that the convention center and other city spending are not mutually exclusive. The city continues to focus on infrastructure needs while also pursuing the project as a way of growing its sales tax revenue from visitors. Stations for feedback, February 11th, night included an anonymous online survey, a way to provide input on visual inspirations for the project, and architects who were available to answer questions and discuss the project. The online survey will remain open through Wednesday, February 18th, and can be accessed by visiting www.menti.com and entering code 2235-5082. Remodeling and expanding Expo Center provide options. Cassidy said Springfield already had several assets that set it up for more opportunities, including sports systems, education systems, and art programs. With the convention center to be built downtown at the current Exposition Center property at 635 East St. Louis Street and the vacant lot adjacent to it. She also said of the walkable connectivity to the downtown is crucial. The consultants' report on the convention center, as well as city leaders, have highlighted that the Expo Center falls short on the space it can offer for modern-day event needs and demand. Cassidy said there are multiple options for what could happen to the current building. This doesn't necessarily mean that we're fully demolishing the building. You know, we will work through options, she said. This could truly be a renovation of what you have existing and an extension that just allows it to function better. There's so many opportunities now of how this could work. While not using them as direct comparisons, Cassidy showed examples of other projects Populous has worked on, such as the Oklahoma City Convention Center and Sacramento Safe Credit Union Convention Center. In Oklahoma City, the new space was an addition to an existing building. Similarly to Springfield, Cassidy said, the project anchored a broader downtown strategy and prioritized year-round programming. Both examples spanned 500,000 square feet and cost more than $200 million. In Springfield, the consultant recommended a 125,000 square foot space with a $175 million price tag. With the report also had noted a connected 400-room hotel was necessary to make the convention center successful. No plans for such a hotel room have been shared publicly yet. In the Sacramento example, Cassidy said prior to its convention center expansion, the city focused similar challenges to Springfield, losing out on events due to a lack of capacity. She noted that it was also a renovation and expansion of an existing space and was directly across the street from a performing arts center, illustrating a new flexibility to adjust to verifying types of events. So, this is a great example of how you can have multiple buildings on the same complex that all work together in a system that can still make that area really successful in that realm, she said. It just doesn't have to be one building as a solution. Is there ways that we can either remodel and add to what you guys already have, or utilize things nearby to kind of help expand the potential of that. While the city opens 2 properties in this area of St. Louis Street, it has been in acquisition talks to purchase more property surrounding the potential convention center side and accommodate the parking needs of this scale of a project. City's chief spokesperson, Cora Scott, told the News-Leader there are not any updates on those acquisitions and that the preliminary design will only consider what the city owns currently. And what's the timeline? The architects have another event planned within the next 2 weeks, Cassidy said in a vision concept validation workshop will take place February 23rd or February 24th. By March 6th, the visioning process will conclude with an expected considering to show what the convention center could potentially look like. Cassidy said that if the lodging tax increase passes April 7th, community forums and public engagement will continue the project as the project enters schematic design and design development phases. Currently, Populace is engaged for the pre-design phase, Scott told the News-Leader. The city's contract with the architecture firm for this stage is for $376,500. If the April election is successful, the city will refund itself this money from the funds expected to be bonded out for the larger project, with this expense rolled into the total price tag of the project. Currently, this money is coming out of Tourism Fund reserves. Populace would continue as the lead architect until the project's conclusion. Springfield City Council is also expected to allocate $230,000 in carryover funds from money budgeted through the end of June 2025 toward paying for the April 7th election. The city already spent a similar amount in November when it was the only question in the ballot. While the April election was supposed to include Springfield school board elections, but ultimately will not be necessary, as only incumbents to run for re-election. That means Springfield is again the only entity to pose a question within city limits, leading to the higher cost and potentially lower voter turnout. According to the city's fact page on the ballot measure, the convention center could open in 2029. Reported by Marty Mees, covers local government at the News-Leader. Have feedback, tips, or story ideas? Contact her at mmees@newsleader.com.
Okay, from the Springfield Daily Citizen, let's talk about the Lady Bears now. 20 second half turnovers doom Missouri State women at Sam Houston. Missouri State's hopes for a Conference USA title took a hit with Thursday's loss. Missouri State's Conference USA title hopes took a blow Thursday night in Southeast Texas. The Lady Bears and Sam Houston State were tied for second in the CUSA standings before tip-off, but the Bearcats would go on to win the head-to-head 74-67 at Bernard G. Johnson Coliseum. Missouri State is 15-9 or 7-4 in the conference, which faces CUSA leading Louisiana Tech 18-5 or 11-1 in the conference on Saturday in Ruston. Coughed up 14 fourth quarter turnovers to Sam Houston State, who are 15-7 or 8-3 in the conference. In a game, the Lady Bears led 45-33 in the third quarter following a Cayman Beckmeyer bucket. Missouri State would total a season-high 28 turnovers. 6 players had 3 or more, including Beckmeyer, who had 5, Lainey Douglas had 5, and Faith Lee had 5, that Sam Houston turned into 41 points. Fanta Cone spearheaded the comeback. The 5'7" guard scored 14 of her team-high 19 points in the fourth quarter and had four late steals, sparking a Bearcats team that shot 13 for 17 from the free throw line in the final period. Sam Houston got much of its scoring at the stripe, 24 for 33. The Lady Bears were whistled for 28 fouls, including 12 in the fourth quarter alone. Beckemeyer, who fouled out along with point guard Macy James, continued her recent scoring spree with a game-high 21 points and 10 rebounds. Douglas had 14 points and 11 rebounds, and Lee, 13 points, also reached double figures.
Nixa Food Hall Speakeasy celebrates Valentine's Day with menu and events. This is by Susan Schuch from the Springfield News-Leader. This week in 417 News, a speakeasy gets into the Valentine's Day mood and an ice cream spot opens for the season. Hidden Bar in Nixa Food Hall offers intimate, curated experience. Have you found the Whisper Mill at 14 Mill Market in Nixa yet? The Food Hall at 203 East Mount Vernon Street transformed a conference room into a speakeasy late last year, debuting with their Claws and Key Christmas theme pop-up. If you missed that, never fear. The Whisper Mill has another pop-up for Valentine's Day. The Love Letter, which is open select days in February. Reservations are available, but walk-ins are also welcome. Along with romantic decor and candlelight, the Love Letter is offering a special drink menu of drinks that flirt back, including a chocolate-covered strawberry espresso martini, a twist on the traditional whiskey sour, and chocolate-covered raspberry beer cocktail. Guests can also sign up for My Bloody Valentine on February 13th, which is an immersive cocktail and course diner experience inspired by a 1981 horror film. Reservations are required, and tickets are $75 per person. The Speakeasy will be open all year round on Fridays and Saturdays in the evening, with additional dates for pop-ups and special events. Guests can make reservations and limited walk-in space is available. General Manager Tanja Lambert worked with the 14 Mill Market owners Leah and Rich Callahan to develop the intimate space. Our guests seem like they really are responding well to experiences and the event style things we do. This room allows that, Lambert said. It's a small space, so you have a really good opportunity to curate something on a smaller scale. It feels more intimate and authentic, I think. The Callahans opened the 14 Mill Market Food Hall in June 2023 as a way to bring the community together on the site of the historic Wisner Mill. Roundtree Ice Cream Shop now open for the season. Buttermilk, an ice cream pastry shop, is open in 2026 after taking a month off. The kitchen and patio is open at 1458 East Cherry Street in Springfield. Through May, its hours will be open 4:30 to 8 p.m. on Thursday and Friday, 4 to 8 on Saturday, and 2 to 5 on Sundays. According to an Instagram post, the ice cream specials will be on the menu for 2 weeks of a time, with pastry flavors switching at the start of each month. Through February 15th, the shop will offer 2 special scoops. The first is honey ice cream with caramel and almond streusel, and the second is a dairy-free vegan Cara Cara orange sorbet. Pastries include a chocolate peanut butter chew bun, strawberry pistachio almond cake, and a lemon ice cream sandwich. House ice cream flavors include vanilla, chocolate, buttermilk, Kai, and espresso. Pastry chef Kyle Davis opened the ice cream and pastry shop in April 2025. Your turn.
We are currently broadcasting live from the Blind Community Thrift Store situated at 2713 North Kansas Expressway in Springfield, Missouri. For additional information about our store, please visit our official website at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com to explore more of our video content, including movie reviews with Matt and Meredith, adaptive technology training videos, and other informative material. Please visit our YouTube channel by searching for Blind Community Thrift Store. Our organization is dedicated to supporting the blind community through various initiatives, and our online platforms serve as a valuable resource for community engagement and education. And now for today's weather. This is from OzarksFirst.com. A fine Friday. Rain begins tonight, lasting through Valentine's Day. The expected rain won't move in until late tonight, so today will actually be a fairly nice day. Skies will begin mostly sunny in the morning, but clouds will steadily increase as we go through the afternoon. Temperatures will be warm in the mid to upper 60s, paired with a light south breeze. Friday night plans should go largely uninterrupted by rain, though a few early showers may develop in far southwest Missouri and northwest Arkansas before 7 p.m. Elsewhere, rain will likely begin closer to 9 p.m. for much of southwest Missouri and closer to 2 a.m. in central Missouri and much of northern Arkansas. The rain will continue through much of the day on Saturday. The rain may be slow to start on Saturday morning for areas east of Highway 65, especially in Arkansas, but Saturday as a whole will be damp and gloomy. The rain begins to shut down Saturday night, and clouds and possibly some fog will linger for the front half of the day on Sunday before gradually clearing. Rainfall amounts look good for February, with totals likely ranging from 1 inch and up to 2 inches in some spots. The pattern will heat up next week as afternoon highs climb back into the 70s. We'll likely be chasing record highs Tuesday and Wednesday. The pattern will also be a windier one as stronger storm systems move out of the trough into the west. It's a pattern that needs to be watched for not only strong winds, but also increased fire danger and possibly even severe weather. The ingredients may line up later next week for some stronger storms.
Play Masterclass brings soprano Maria Calla's story to Springfield. This is written by Janice Reeser, reported assisted by AI. Ozarks Lyric Opera will present Masterclass, a Tony Award-winning play by Terrence McNally at the historic Gilloy's Theater in downtown Springfield, according to a community announcement. The performances are scheduled for 7:30 p.m. February 13th and 2:30 p.m. February 15th. Doors will open an hour before each show, and valet parking will be available on opening night. The production offers behind-the-scenes look at the world of opera. Masterclass offers an intimate portrayal of legendary opera soprano soprano Maria Callas. The play is set during a master class of Juilliard, where Callas coaches young singers while reflecting on her career, personal sacrifices, and uncompromising artistry. Jennifer Effort will star as Maria Callas, with Perry Mears as Manny, the accompanist, Veronica Urina as Sophie, Craig Mallman as Anthony, and Lexi Smith as Sharon. Matt Heaney will direct the production. According to the announcement, unlike a traditional opera, Masterclass is a play infused with some of the most beloved arias in the repertoire, including excerpts from Norma, Tosca, La Traviata, and Carmen. The production is recommended for ages 14 and older due to mature themes and strong language. This play captures the heart of where Ozarks lyric opera does best. Lindsay Wheatley, marketing director for Ozarks Lyric Opera, said in the announcement, it celebrates excellence, mentorship, and the transformative power of music, while revealing the humanity beyond an icon. Tickets are available at gilloystheater.com or by calling 417-863-9491. Audiences are encouraged to purchase early as seating is limited. This story was created by Janice Reeser, Jay Reeser at usatoday.co.com with the assistance of artificial intelligence, AI. Journalists were involved in every step of the information gathering, review, editing, and publishing process. Learn more at http://cmusatoday.com/ethical-conduct/.
From the Springfield Business Journal by Claudette Riley, posted February 12th. Missouri Board rejects request for Ozarks District to start the school year earlier. The Missouri Board of Education unanimously denied requests from districts to start the 2026-27 school year earlier than allowed under state law. 8 districts requested a waiver, which went before the board in January, and more than 130 others asked for the same leniency. The initial requests were from Ash Grove, Dadeville, Nixa, Marionville, Monette, Stockton, Walnut Grove, and Woblo. They argued the late start, August 24th, is the first eligible day in 2026, meant the fall semester is shorter than the spring, limiting how much instruction is possible before mandated Missouri Assessment Program exams are given annually. The state statute prohibits districts from starting a school year more than 14 days before the first Monday in September, which is Labor Day. The start date limitation, signed into law in 2019, was largely driven by employers who rely on seasonal student workers, the timing of the state fair, and the tourism industry. They argued there was a link between earlier start dates and less staffing in business in late August. Kyle Cruz, Deputy Commissioner for Financial and Administrative Services for the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, said waivers were only permitted in highly unusual and extenuating circumstances according to state statute. Cruz said the requests were reviewed by DESE and its legal counsel. We don't believe that the reasons for wanting to have semesters or wanting to have more days of instruction prior to the MAP test necessarily qualifies as a highly unusual and extenuating circumstance, he said in the February 10th meeting. Commissioner of Education Carla Elslinger, who was a lawmaker when the statute was passed, agreed the board should not approve the waivers. She thanked school leaders who advocated for the change at the January meeting. They're wanting to provide the best opportunities for students to learn, she said. In the vote, the board denied all pending and future calendar waiver requests.
Springfield restaurant, this is from the Springfield News-Leader. Springfield restaurant owners, once refugees, now serve family recipes. And this is written by Marta Measy from the Springfield News-Leader. Growing up in Vietnam, owning a business in the U.S. was a far-fetched daydream for Lee and David Liu. But on March 29th, the couple will celebrate 35 years of owning Springfield's Cashew Station drive-thru. The local Chinese food spot at 620 East Battlefield Road serves Springfield's classic cashew chicken and is known for its crab rangoon. The restaurant has grown and evolved through the past 35 years, but it had a humble beginning. Lee and David Liu, both of Southern Chinese descent, grew up in Vietnam and escaped the country after the Vietnam War ended, with North Vietnamese forces quickly talking over and forming the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. Lee Liu left Vietnam in 1981 alongside her parents and sister at the age of 14. Traveling by boat for 3 days and 2 nights, and landing first at a refugee camp in Thailand, and then one in the Philippines. Her time living in camps was relatively short, as the family was able to come to the U.S. just a few months later in 1982. The path in the States was much harsher for David Liu, whose birth name is Hung Liu. After 2 failed attempts, he finally escaped Vietnam of a small fishing boat that held fewer than 50 people. Due to harsh waters, many people did not survive the journey. But David Liu was among those rescued by an American oil rig and eventually made it to a refugee camp in Thailand. He also spent far longer at refugee camps awaiting immigration sponsorship, remaining in camps for 2 years before coming to Springfield in 1984 from Indonesia. The couple recalled that this time only a few Vietnamese families lived in the Queen City. Lee Liu said it meant her family led to lean heavily on organizations for help to learn English, go shopping, and connect with the community. According to News-Leader archives, the Springfield Area Council of Churches, now known as Crosslines Community Outreach, and the Catholic Diocese of Springfield Cape Girardeau helped resettle refugees. An article published in the Springfield News-Leader and Press in May 1984 noted the 2 organizations had settled more than 1,800 families in the area by then. David Liu had an eye on Lee Liu before he had even made it to Springfield. Receiving a photo at the refugee camp from the wedding where his brother married Lee's sister. David Lee joked with his friends that maybe he needed to make it to America to catch her. The two eventually met in 1988 when David Liu was working as a cook at a Chinese chef, a restaurant on Glenstone Avenue owned by his family. Lee Liu had graduated from Missouri State University with a degree in accounting. When the two got married in December 1990, Lee Liu's expectation of becoming a stay-at-home mom was soon dispelled. The building that Chinese chef occupied was being sold, and the restaurant had 90 days to find a new home. Lee Liu was teary-eyed while reflecting on the decision to move the business and for the couple to run their own. She said that they would have each gotten their own separate jobs and made it to work, but that would have meant seeing each other less often. Lee Liu said it touched on her own experience growing up with a hard-working father whom she rarely saw except for holidays. Opening their own place meant that they at least had a common working space where they would be together, and their future kids would have a place to see them. It also meant the recipes David Liu's family had developed wouldn't be lost. Back then, most restaurant experiences were dine-in, so when the Lius found the quaint spot on Battlefield that would set up solely for a drive-through, they were warned about the risks. I have a very strong faith that I can do it, Lee Liu said. But then we had overheard arguments that it's very risky because there are no tables. Nobody will come. Because of the hope, we go ahead and do it no matter what. When Cashew Station opened on March 29th, 1991, it was the first drive-through and carry-out only Chinese restaurant in Springfield. The two were eager to make it to work. They brought over equipment from Chinese chef, buying only a new stove that still serves to this day. Lee Liu said that as newlyweds, there wasn't as much money to spare. The round sign affixed in front of the building was previously filled in with a burger advertising the Burger Max that previously occupied the space, according to News-Leader archives. The couple got creative and filled in the circle with their own new logo, David's portrait. As a start, the drive-thru was run solely by the Lius, with David cooking and Lee as the cashier. They spent 24 hours together every day as the restaurant was open 7 days a week. The beginning was hard, not leaving much time for the newlyweds to form a relationship. Lee Lius described simply working like a machine to ensure the restaurant's success. The experience allowed the two to learn more about each other and become more patient, they said. As the couple had their kids, John and Lisa, hardships continued. While Leah Lou's parents helped raise the children, as their health deteriorated, there was more for her to take care of on her own. I started to take care of her. Leah Lou's mom take care of business, take care of myself. It's tough, she said. You know, running a business, when you have so many things going on, sometimes I just want to surrender. And then every time the truck comes, I'm very scared. I'm very scared because I have a lot of things to put up. But one night, as her family gathered at the restaurant, seeing her daughter Lisa try to help carry boxes of ingredients as just a small toddler, barely able to walk, gave her the strength to continue, Leah Lou said. Now, 35 years later, the restaurant employs a handful of people and is open 5 days a week, easing stress on the family. With more than 3 decades in Springfield's business scene, the drive-thru and the Lou's have become a community staple. We're not only serving a customer, we're also serving a friend, a close friend, Lilu said. We are small, but we feel like very close family, like the customer and the family. Customers ask about Lisa and John and worry when the restaurant is not open as normal. Cashew Station has also become a way to preserve dishes from Korea House, a restaurant run by David Lou's brother, who married Leah Lou's sister. Leah Lou said she looks up to her parents for the hard work they have put into the business. While John Lou once had been against ever working in a restaurant, the family said, he now works as a assistant executive banquet chef at the Venetian restaurant in Las Vegas. The Lou's are not exactly sure yet what the future holds for Cashew Station. David Lou wants to keep working, and Leah Lou is happy to support that goal. The family jokes that perhaps the restaurant will eventually land in the hands of the Lou grandchildren. For now, the family will continue to serve up their special recipe of cashew sauce for cashew chicken dishes and signature crab rangoon. Marta Mees covers local government at the News-Leader. Have feedback, tips, or story ideas? Contact her at mmeasy@newsleader.com.
From the Springfield Daily Citizen, The Answer Man, Steve Pokin. Reader asks about the development just east of the new Target. Answer Man, I live on the west side of Springfield. I'm excited for Target's grand opening. This morning on my way to work, I noticed a new building going up just east of Target behind Olive Garden. It looks like 3 large concrete walls, but I didn't see any signage. Do you know what's being built there? I'd love to find out. From David Boring of Springfield. The Answer Man says, first, Let's review the entire development at the southeast corner of West Sunshine and West Bypass called the Sunshine Town Center. From west to east along Sunshine, you will have Target, Olive Garden, Blue Current Credit Union, and Wendy's. That information is from Greene County Assessor's website. The new 148,000 square foot Target will be the second in Springfield. It will open March 15th. I was overjoyed when I finally heard the date. That's because on August 30th, 2024, I wrote an Answer Man column in response to my wife's question, when will the new Target open? I was met with so much cloak and dagger secrecy by Target and non-disclosure agreements that the best I could come up with for her was, hopefully before I die. The large building under construction that you're talking about, Dave, is on 5 acres being developed by Springfield West Partners Limited Liability Company. It's off Sunshine Street to the south. It borders Farm Road 133 and is zoned for commercial use. Listing says, ideal setting for a wide range of businesses looking to thrive. I reached out to Thomas Keeley Walker, registered agent for the Springfield West Partners and the developer of Sunshine Town Center. He is a graduate of Missouri State University. He has a St. Louis address according to filings with the Missouri Secretary of State. I did not hear back. Walker has some experience with this intersection. He developed the Walmart Supercenter on the southwest corner, which opened 25 years ago. He also developed the Walmart Supercenter in Ozarks. I also contacted Jared Commercial, a Springfield real estate company which had a sign at the property. When I called Jared Commercial, I was referred to the company's website, which lists the properties the company is handling. The list states the building, when finished, will have 31,955 square feet and will have 6 spaces for individual businesses. It will lease for $35 to $75 per square foot, the listing further states. This prime commercial property offers unparalleled visibility and access, perfectly positioned on a signalized corner lot and anchored by Target. Its close proximity to U.S. Highway 60 ensures maximum exposure and accessibility for potential tenants. With its prime location and strong anchor tenant, this property presents an ideal setting for a wide range of businesses looking to thrive in a high-traffic area. In other words, Dave, at this point, it doesn't look like the tenants are known. This is Answer Man column number 160. Steve Pokin writes the Pokin Around and the Answer Man columns for the Springfield Daily Citizens. He also writes about criminal justice issues. He can be reached at spokin@sgfcitizen.org. His office line is 417-837-3661.
Short on Valentine's Day ideas? Here's a list of Ozarks events. Valentine's Day and its friendship counterpart, Galentine's Day, is fast approaching. Do you have plans? Here are some ideas in the Springfield area for things to do with your friends or lovers. On a budget? Look out for the Hearts. These events are $5 or less per person to attend. Their additional items may be available for purchase. At the Moth Market, eat your heart out. It's on February 7th at the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds, 3001 North Grant Avenue in Springfield. Looking for a Valentine's Day gift for your strange and unusual sweetheart? Moth Market's Winter Market has you covered, with everything from artwork to Gothic jewelry to taxidermy. The event is from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Admission is $5 per person, with kids 12 and younger admitted for free. For more information or to purchase a ticket in advance, visit 417mothmarket.com. Cupid Made Me Do It, Flash Tattoo Pop-Up. It's on February 8th. It's at the Mill Market at 203 East Mount Vernon Street in Nixa. From noon to 6, walk into a flash tattoo pop-up at 14 Mill Market with Cupid Made Me Do It. No appointments. walk-in only. Flash tattoos range from $50 to $100 and available for arms and legs only. 3 tattoos per person per sitting. Cash and card accepted. Partner Yoga at Shine Yoga Studio. It's on February 10th at Shine Yoga Studio at 1740 South Glenstone in Springfield. Looking for something different to do with your sweetheart? How about a yoga class where you can move, stretch, and breathe in tandem with your partner? Doors open at 7:15 for the 7:30 p.m. class. 1 person per couple needs to register online. Cost is $33 per couple. For more information or to register, visit shine417.com. Valentine's Day at the Tipsy Cupid. It's on February 11th. It's at the depot at Cassidy Station, 5176 North Fremont Road in Nixa. Cassidy Station is bringing back its pop-up bar for Valentine's Day, for the Valentine's Day season. What better way to celebrate than with your friends for Galentine's Day? In addition to festive cocktails and DIY crafts, there will also be a bracelet bar, flower bar, permanent jewelry, and more. No cost to attend. No registration necessary. Petals, pours, and pairings at Mama Jean's Natural Market. It's on February 12th at Mama Jean's Natural Market at 1110 East Republic Road in Springfield. Looking for some Valentine's Day food inspiration? Petals, pours, and pairings at Mama Jean's is sure to give you some ideas. Starting at 4, guests can enjoy wine paired with bites from the deli as well as standout finds from the grocery aisles. No cost to attend, no registration necessary. Valentine's Day at Bruco. It's on February 14th. It's at the Springfield Brewing Company, 305 South Market Avenue in Springfield. Whether you want to get some matching jewelry with your best friends or just enjoying some cocktails and music, Galentine's Day at Bruco has you covered. KSMU, Ozarks Public Radio, and Joe Dillstrom will provide live music while folks sip on purple and pink cocktails. Guests can also participate in a paint and sip, which requires advance registration. No registration required or cost to attend and listen to live music. Bloody Valentine's at the Regency Live. It's on February 13th. It's at the Regency Live, 307 Park Central East in Springfield. The organizers of the annual Halloween Monster Ball are bringing Springfield's most twisted Valentine's tradition, the Regency Live with Bloody Valentine. Doors open at 8 and the show starts at 9. The event is for guests 18 and older. General admission is $20.44. For more information or to purchase a ticket, visit theregencylive.com/events. Valentine's Day at the Workshop. It's on February 13th. It's at the Workshop at Finley Farms, 802 Finley Farms Lane in Ozark. Looking to spend a night with your friends while supporting local spots? Galentine's Day at the Workshop has you covered. Enjoy live music, Create your own mini dry farm flower bouquet, sample wines, and shop mini spa experiences and color constellations. Guests can also create their own cocktail or mocktail and enjoy sweet treats and coffee. In addition to that, there will also be a raffle to win a weekend brunch for two at a $50 Finley Farms gift card and or a cocktail class for two. The event is free to attend. Valentine's Day charcuterie class at Edible Art. It's on February 13th at Edible Art, 3167 West Republic Road in Springfield. Learn how to put together themed charcuterie board with Edible Art. Starting at 6 p.m., guests will create a board full of food to feed 2 to 4 people. Cost is $55 for one ticket, but a date or guest can be added on for $10. The event is adults only. To register at the event page, visit the event page on Facebook or reach out to Edible Art at edibleartmissouri@gmail.com or call 417-855-2699. Valentine's Dinner at Cellar Plate. It's on February 13th and 14th. At Cellar and Plate, 2916 South Lone Pine Avenue in Springfield. Looking for a special dinner to share with your significant other on Valentine's Day or the Friday before? Cellar Plate is offering a wine forward 3-course dinner for $70 per person. Reserve your table by calling 417-368-1739. Meet and match at Eden Animal Haven. It's on February 14th at Eden Animal Haven, 1649 East 562nd Road in Brighton. Looking for your perfect match? Meet adopted cats ready to steal your heart at Eden Animal Haven's Meet and Match event. From 1 to 5, guests can enjoy snacks, raffles, and games and cuddle with adopted cats. Stoll Real Estate is sponsoring $25 off all adoptions during the event. Valentine's Day, paint your partner at the Gathering Place. It's on February 14th at the Gathering Place at Era's Pizza, 1332 East Republic Road in Springfield. If a fancy dinner isn't the scene for you and your favorite person, what about painting each other? At the Gathering Place, enjoy a night of painting and company. Tickets are required, $55.20 per person, and include all painting necessities, your first drink, and charcuterie. Additional drinks will be available for purchase. To buy tickets, go to eventbrite.com. Era's Pizza, paint your partner tickets 1-980-776-398-529. Couples Olympics Valentine's Day competition at 4x4 at Fremont Hills. It's on February 14th. It's at 4x4 Brewing Company at Fremont Hills, 9603 Sawgrass Avenue in Nixa. Do you and your significant other have what it takes to go for the gold? 4x4 Brewing Company invites you to show off your skills during its first Couples Olympics competition from 2 to 4. With 2 people per team, competitions will include beer pong, Jenga, a laugh challenge, and a beer-themed relay. Top 3 winners receive prizes. Love on Tap at Wire Road Brewing on February 14th at Wire Road Brewing, 4453 South Timber Creek Avenue in Springfield. Come celebrate Valentine's Day at Wire Road Brewing Company with its Love on Tap event from 7 to 9 p.m. Guests can enjoy live music from Isaac Kenneth, 3 handcrafted desserts, and 1 beer or wine. Tickets are $25 per person, and available for purchase at Commerce at archive.com, location BD Pond Y6 V6 IV. Valentine's Day at Brewco. It's on February 14th, Springfield Brewing Company, 305 South Market Avenue in Springfield. Brewco is turning its upstairs into the date night spot of your dreams with live music, special cocktails, and full service dining experiences. Each ticket includes full table services, super salad, a brick oven pizza buffet, and dessert. Seating starts at 5:30, and the first course will be served at 6 p.m. Call 417-832-8277 to book your reservation. Your turn.
Okay. From the Springfield Business Journal. Simon Property Group, Dick's House of Sports location to open at the Battlefield Mall in 2027. Indianapolis-based Simon Property Group, parent company of Battlefield Mall, announced this week that a location of athletic gear shop Dick's House of Sports is scheduled to open in 2027 at the 2825 South Glenstone Avenue shopping destination. In a news release, Simon officials said that with the addition of the Springfield store, Simon's portfolio of properties across the U.S. will comprise 12 Dick's House of Sports locations. Dick's House of Sports is a brand owned by Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania-based Dick's Sporting Goods, Inc. We're excited to deepen our relationship with Dick's through the addition of Dick's House of Sports at Battlefield Mall, said Mark Silvestri, Simon's president of development. This dynamic concept brings elevated sports, retail, and immersive experiences that will energize the center, drive foot traffic, and enhance revenue. It's a powerful complement to the premier shopping, dining, and entertainment that make Battlefield Mall a top destination in the Midwest. Dick's House of Sports describes itself as a leading omni-channel retailer and an iconic brand in sport and culture, according to the release. Simon officials said the release that Battlefield Mall receives some 12 million visitors each year. Along with a Dillard's department store location that opened in 2025, Simon says the future Dick's House of Sport location solidifies Simon's commitment to blending highly coveted retail options with entertainment and community offerings, created a reimagined shopping experience. Also from the Springfield Business Journal, Missouri lawmaker proposes faster path toward teaching career amid shortages. Proposal would allow districts to hire teachers with state-approved associate degrees, by Claudette Riley. To address chronic shortages, a Missouri lawmaker wants to create a pathway for individuals who complete a state-approved associate degree to teach in public schools. State Representative Willard Haley, Republican from Eldon, said House Bill 2776 creates a fast-track solution to a growing problem. Missouri has a teaching shortage that is beyond anybody's comprehension, he said. We need to get some teachers in our classroom pretty quickly, and the traditional 4-year route isn't really working right now. That won't repair this quickly enough. A 2025 report by the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education showed 2,591, or nearly 5% of the teaching positions in the state, were vacant or filled by an individual who was not fully certified. He said districts with critical shortage have hired retired teachers to work part-time or individuals with only a substitute certification to fill classrooms. I have probably heard from 40 or 50 superintendents who say, "We need this, we can't hire teachers, we post a position and nobody applies," Haley said. Under the proposal, the state could issue a temporary teaching certificate to individuals who complete a specially designed associate degree with specific courses on pedagogy and classroom management. Applicants would have to pass a background check, score high enough on a state test, and participate in district training, mentoring, and evaluations during the first 2 years of their career. There will be teachers that are in charge of nurturing you and helping you develop as a teacher, Haley said. The goal is that you will continue your education and long-term go ahead and get your 4-year degree. Shannon Benny, president of the Springfield National Educators Association, said the bill could help fill positions in critical shortage areas. If we have somebody who is passionate about that and wanting to get into that, fast-tracking them into the classroom is not necessarily a bad thing, Benny said. However, the caveat that I would put on this is that they would need absolute support. Benny, who leads the union that represents Springfield teachers, said bachelor degree teaching programs are structured to provide practicums, supervised hands-on experience in real-world classroom settings, and student teaching where there is autonomy but guidance. It would be scary for anybody to just walk into the classroom after only 2 years of training because you're missing out on a lot of things, she said. Brian Milner, president and CEO of the Missouri Community College Association, said the instructions represented by the MCCA must provide affordable training and respond to workforce needs. He said the cost of obtaining a bachelor's degree relative to the starting salary teachers are offered may be a deterrent. Missouri state law requires districts to pay a minimum teacher salary of $40,000 starting with the 2025-26 school year. The minimum starting pay had been $25,000. What we've tried to do is help superintendents think through creative ways to respond to this problem, he said. Milner said the pathway proposed in the bill is not meant to replace 4-year teacher education programs and may not be ideal for certain teaching jobs. We don't expect this to be a magic bullet that completely fixes the teacher shortage problem. Rather, this is one possible solution, he said. Conversations are still being had about what this will look like or could look like. Milner said the bill would create a shorter path into teaching similar to the 2-year programs created to work as a registered nurse. Hal Higdon, chancellor of Ozarks Technical Community College, discussed the bill during Springfield Business Journal's People You Need to Know event. He said the option, based on models used in other states, may be a solution for hard-to-fill teaching positions. He said eligible students can access the A+ scholarship programs at public community colleges in Missouri, which can significantly reduce the cost of an associate degree. If you use your A+ and get into the teaching field in 2 years with no debt, and then get a teaching job and then have 5 years to get your bachelor's degree, it's a win-win for the students, he said. In a written testimony for the legislative hearing, Sedalia Superintendent Todd Fraley said the district had been forced to hire long-term substitutes who may not have a degree or training to fill a teaching post. With fewer and fewer people entering the teaching field, the pool of applicants, especially the quality ones, continues to diminish, he wrote January 20th. The quality of teacher in the classroom directly impacts the effectiveness of instruction and the educational outcomes of our students. Haley said he was open to tweaking the proposal. Following feedback, he vowed to rework the bill to only focus on elementary teaching jobs. The bill is changing, so this will not be eligible for high school, he said. Let's go.
Okay.
Or I can do another one.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah. What's new at Springfield's First Friday Art Walk this February? Springfield's February 1st Friday Art Walk will feature a variety of art exhibits and activities. Venues will be open variable hours until 10 p.m. February 6th at various locations throughout downtown Springfield, according to a community announcement. Here's a look at some of the venues and exhibits. At Brick City Gallery, the annual Foundations exhibition will open at Brick City Gallery at 215 West Mill Street. The exhibit features work from Missouri State University's Foundations courses, demonstrating students' understanding of various artistic concepts of 2- and 3-dimensional design and drawing. The exhibition will run through February 13th. Drury Pool Arts Gallery. Drury Pool Arts Gallery at 950 North Clay will host an exhibition titled The Medieval Churches and Castle Rutland of Rutland County research project on Romanesque sculpture in Rutland County. The exhibition will run through February 27th. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Formed an artist collective on 210 East Walnut Street in Springfield, will celebrate its 5th anniversary during the Art Walk. Attendees can meet artists, learn about the creative process, and enjoy live music by Tony Minone from 6:30 to 8:30. Here's Luxury Living. Here's Luxury Living at 138 Park Central Square in Springfield will host a Make Your Own Valentine station from 6 to 9. The station is open to the public. At Hotel Vandervoort at 305 East Walnut Street will feature artwork by Alice Patterson in the hotel lobby from 4:30 to 9. JL Long Traders at 318 West Walnut Street will feature artist Chad Woody, a cartoonist, printmaker, writer, and creature maker from Willard. Woody teaches drawing and design at Missouri State University. The shop will be open from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Obelisk Home, 214 West Phelps Street in Springfield, will host an opening reception for A Brush with the Truth by Thomas Parker in the main gallery. The lower level gallery will feature a closing reception for Lee Lines by Missouri State University graduate students. The event will run from 6 to 10. Ozarks Farm Stop. Ozarks Farm Stop, 401 South Avenue in Springfield, will feature work by fiber artist Amy Harvey of Tailored Cloth. The shop will be open until 8 p.m. Park Central Branch Library. The Park Central Branch Library at 128 Park Central Square in Springfield will be open from 6:30 to 9. The library will host artist Brandy Harris with their exhibit, The Many Within Us. During the art show opening, an art talk closing reception will be held by Conversation and Restoration, a vintage toys by Dr. Billy Follansby and Emery Wilcoxon. The Creamery Art Center at 401 North Sherman Parkway in Springfield will spotlight local and regional artists selected by the Springfield Regional Arts Council's Visual Art Committee in a show titled You Should Know. The opening reception will run from 5 to 7. Corolla Art Exhibition Center. The Robert and Margaret Corolla Arts Exhibition Center at 326 North Boonville in Springfield will feature makeshift remodelations work from 40 years and ceramic art by Keith Exton. The exhibition will run through February 20th. Transformation Gallery and Tattoo. Transformation Gallery and Tattoo, 320 East Walnut in Springfield, will be open from 6 to 9, showcasing art by its staff. This story was created by Janice Reeser, J. Reeser, USA Today, Co.com. With the assistance of artificial intelligence, AI, journalists were involved in every step of the information gathering, review, editing, and publishing process. Learn more at http://cmusatoday.com/ethical conduct.
From the Springfield Daily Citizen, the street outreach team's goal is to take a more proactive approach to addressing issues related to homelessness and build trust and relationships with Springfield's unsheltered community. We try to give them the same level of respect a day with SPD's street outreach team. Around 6:30 a.m. on a recent cold morning, officers Jalen Roby and David Weisel with the Springfield Police Department's new street outreach team slowly cruised around Government Plaza near downtown Springfield. Though it was still dark, the officers spotted a figure in the alleyway next to the NAMI Hope Center at 819 Boonville Avenue. They approached on foot and could see it was a woman in a wheelchair covered with a single red blanket. She was moaning and wailing in pain. It was 19 degrees, and the city was still blanketed with snow from a winter storm a few days prior. "I have no feeling in my body," she called out. "I'm so cold." She told the officer she was unable to get into a cold weather shelter the night before, which was Sunday, February 1st, because the shelters were all full. The woman said she needed to go to the hospital, so Roby called for an ambulance. As they waited, the officer spoke to the woman about her situation, how she came to be homeless in Springfield, and about available resources that might be able to help her. As the paramedics arrived and loaded the woman into the ambulance, Roby and Weisel got back into their patrol vehicle and continued on their way. The street outreach team first hit the streets in November of 2025. The team works directly with individuals experiencing homelessness and is SPD's primary resource to address complaints or concerns from the public related to the unsheltered community. The team was created with the goal of taking a more proactive and preventative approach to address issues related to homelessness and to work closely with nonprofit organizations, mental health care providers, and hospitals. The officers work to build trust with the unsheltered community and connect folks with resources. Roby and Weisel, who were selected out of 9 officers who applied for the positions, have quickly become familiar faces to much of Springfield's unsheltered community. The Springfield Daily Citizen accompanied the team on Monday, February 2nd, and connected with the officers again a week later for photos. Throughout the day, numerous unsheltered people recognized Roby and Weisel and seemed happy to see the officers. They would smile and wave, and at least one fist bump was given. For example, the officers found a young man hanging out behind an SPD building in the 200 block of West Central Street. The young man was someone the officers encounter often who can sometimes be combative, Weisel said later. But this morning he was not combative. Though it took him a while to pack up and get off the police property, the young man didn't protest when Officer Roby handed him a ticket for trespassing. I see you around all the time, the man said. For what it's worth, I give you my respect as you've given me the same. Oftentimes, people head to work in the mornings, spot an unsheltered person sleeping in a public space, and call 911 because they are concerned that person might be having a medical emergency or be dead. Or maybe they call 911 because the unsheltered person is sleeping in the doorway of a business and blocking employees or customers from entering the building. Responding to these common early morning calls previously fell on all patrol officers who didn't have much time to get to know the unsheltered person, ask about their circumstances, or talk with them about available resources. Now that SPD has a team focused on the unsheltered community, the Street Outreach Team, or the SOT officers, can take the time to talk with folks and build relationships, and also are more familiar with what services are available. They are able to give folks bus passes thanks to donations. The SOT officers still issue citations and make arrests when necessary. Roby and Weisel usually begin their shift as they did on Monday, February 2nd by driving around the alleyways and businesses in and near downtown, looking for unsheltered people who may be waking up and those who need assistance, such as the woman in the wheelchair. After EMTs arrived to help that woman, Roby and Weisel continued on their patrol and found a couple sleeping in the alcove of a vacant commercial building in the 200 block of South Campbell Avenue. The officers roused the couple and reminded them they were on private property. A no trespassing sign was taped above the door, inches from their heads. Weisel asked for the couple's names, date of birth, and social security numbers. "I'm not issuing y'all any tickets," he assured them. "I just like to know who I'm talking to." The officer spent several minutes talking with the couple about how they became unsheltered in Springfield, if they needed help getting IDs or their social security cards, and if they were able to work. "I'm able to work," the man replied, "but being 59 years old, it's hard to find anything." The couple said they came to Springfield from Oklahoma, expecting to be able to stay with friends, but that living arrangement soon fell through and they found themselves on the street. "To be honest with you," the man said, "we have been trying to wait for this weather to break so we can travel." Weisel explained how Springfield's jail diversion program might be able to help them get back to Oklahoma. Weisel encouraged them to go to the New Day Center and use the computer to create an email address, which the officer could then use to get them connected with the program. Weisel promised to look for the couple later at New Day and reminded them breakfast would be served as soon as the Veterans Coming Home Center a few blocks away. But in the meantime, the couple needed to move on from the private property, Weisel said. As the couple gathered their belongings, Roby stood several feet away and watched. "That's all their belongings. I wouldn't like it if someone stood over me in my home. We try to give them the same level of respect. We try not to stand over them, but we are still police officers and can't let them stay here." Back in the patrol vehicle, Weisel and Roby shared how they met and became friends on their first day at the police academy in 2022. Since that time, they've attended each other's weddings, their wives became friends, and they are neighbors. "We work very well together," Weisel said as he steered the patrol vehicle into the parking lot at Grace United Methodist Church at 600 South Jefferson Avenue. The church serves as a crisis cold weather shelter for women on nights when the temperature dips below freezing. As the team drove by last Monday morning, about 5 women were standing with their suitcases and backpacks at the nearby bus stop. One of the women grinned and waved as she spotted Roby and Weisel. "Hey, look, it's Wildflower," Weisel said, waving back. The officers then stopped by the Community Partnership of the Ozarks New Day at 809 North Campbell Avenue. New Day is a purpose-driven center for the unsheltered community. The center opened in December of 2025. There, people can access showers, laundry, mail services, technology, health care, mental health support, legal aid, and housing connections. New Day also serves as the new home of One Door, the community's coordinated entry point for shelter and housing assessments. Weisel and Roby chatted with staff and walked through the 10,000 square foot building, pausing to talk with a few familiar faces. The officers routinely stop by the Veterans Coming Home Center, the other daytime drop-in center for unsheltered people. That daytime center is located at 806 North Jefferson Avenue, across the street from police headquarters. Knowing that SPD's street outreach team will be dropping by the centers on most days seems to deter issues before they start, Roby said. "I don't really see as many calls for service there as what there used to be," Roby said. I think they just know that we are there so frequently it's not a place to mess around anymore. While making the rounds at the drop-in centers, Roby and Weisel sometimes locate victims of domestic violence, sexual assaults, or other crimes. They've also located missing persons, individuals whose family have contacted the police because they haven't heard or seen them in some time. We've been asked by detectives several times to kind of keep an eye out or help locate people, Weisel said. A detective will call us. We have a little bit more knowledge of the community now to help locate somebody. In the few short months since the implementation of the street outreach team, Roby and Weisel have seen a few success stories. They helped a woman named Stacy get back to Texas where she has a more stable support system, and they worked with and encouraged a man named Ben, someone who struggled with alcoholism and chronic homelessness for many years, to get into a sober living facility. It's hard to measure success on our side, but if we can point someone in the right direction to help them progress towards something, then I think to me that's success, Roby said, referring to Stacy and Ben. We really needed to get Ben help because we were afraid he wasn't going to make it through the winter. I'm thankful that he got the help he wanted and deserves. If we can alleviate patrol from having to go to so many homeless-related calls, Roby continued, to me that's a measurable success of allowing patrol to go be patrol. Now they can go make car stops. Now they can go after bad guys. When a homeless camp is discovered on city-owned property, police follow the city's protocol, which was established in 2014. Officers also notify One Door, the central point of entry for coordinated intake of unsheltered individuals, assessment and referrals for housing and shelter services. One Door then sends staff and advocates to the camp to offer services and help with moving. If a camp is discovered on private property and there's no imminent danger, and the property owner is agreeable, officers will give campers 48 hours to vacate. If the property owner wants the campers gone immediately, SPD will enforce the trespassing ordinance to remove the campers. Now that the police department has a team dedicated to working with the unsheltered community, the street outreach team is charged with monitoring and handling homeless encampments in city limits. Due to recent frigid temperatures and snow, Roby and Weisel said they've been taking it somewhat easy on the people in the camps. We are not enforcing any camp violations right now because of the snow and the cold. You don't want to death march people away from a camp, Weisel said February 2nd. We're not interested in going in and laying the law down on people that have been out there for months and months and months. Only recently a complaint has been made. I think that's inhumane. I don't want to do that, he continued. I wouldn't want someone to do that to me if I was in that situation. Now, when it gets warmed up, we have a protocol that we have to follow. It's all in our policies and procedures, and we give notice to vacate. As of February 2nd, the team was monitoring about 20 encampments. With the reporter in tow last Monday, the team visited an encampment in northwest Springfield. The officers and reporter followed a pathway of numerous footprints in the snow about a quarter mile into the woods to find a small structure covered in tarps with a smoldering bonfire nearby. Inside were two men, about 30 to 40 years old. The men wore layers of clothes and tattered shoes. They were friendly and receptive to speaking with the officers, who brought them patrol packs of food donations courtesy of Convoy of Hope. Roby and Weisel spent time talking with the two men about their progress so far in cleaning up the property and what the officers could do to help them out of their situation. They spoke about their past work experience where they might be able to find jobs and what one of them needed to do in order to get his vehicle back was recently towed. It's not insurmountable, but it's a mountain when you're out here, the man said. I appreciate you guys so much. I am hungry for an opportunity. The Daily Citizen interviewed Springfield Police Department's Major Eric Reese at the police headquarters on Tuesday, February 3rd, the day after the ride-along. Reese described the street outreach team as the police area representative officers for the unsheltered community. It's the same concept for that population. The homeless population gets to know them, Officers Roby and Officer Weisel, really well, and the officers get to know them too and know their unique issues each one is dealing with. The SOT's focus is to educate, encourage, and enforce, preferably in that order, Reese added. We're trying to educate them what their options are and what the law is, Reese said. Encourage them to seek those resources as we guide them toward it, and then, as a last option, enforce the law as needed. Reese spoke about the challenges the team faces in trying to balance having your social work hat on one moment and take it off and put your police hat on in another. In his view, Roby and Weisel have done a good job jumping in and learning about the available resources for people experiencing homelessness and understanding the challenges the population faces. No one wants us to go out and just be heavy-handed all day long every day, and we don't want to be that way either, Reese said. But they're not willing to take the help, and they're actually causing issues that get us called there. We'll have to take enforcement action. It's a very unique position, which I think Roby and Weisel understand, he continued, and they've done very well to walk that kind of line in helping and enforcing as needed. Jackie Rewald is a reporter for the Springfield Daily Citizen. She covers public safety, the courts, homelessness, domestic violence, and other social issues. Her office line is 417-837-3659.
Looks like it's almost noon here.
We are broadcasting live from the Blind Community Thrift Store, the world's first retail store to use NaviLens to help navigate and inform blind and visually impaired individuals while shopping with little to no assistance. For more information, visit our website at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Thank you for listening to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. Tune in every week, Monday through Friday, on the Blind Community Thrift Store's YouTube channel from 10 a.m. At 10 a.m. for more up-to-date news from the Springfield News-Leader, Springfield Daily Citizen, Springfield Business Journal, and 417 Magazine. Listen after we are live on the Audio Reader Network at www.reader.ku.edu. All broadcasts are played over KSMU's subcarrier airways at 67 kilohertz on 91.1 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Contact the Audio Reader Network for information on receiving a pre-programmed radio.